The evil Iroko tree. The village of Otutun, nestled deep within a dense forest, there was a tree that cast a long, ominous shadow over the land. This tree, known as the evil Iroko, was feared by all. Tall and twisted, it stood in the heart of the forest, its gnarled branches stretching out like skeletal fingers. For generations, the villagers had whispered of its dark power, a power that fed on the innocence of children. It all began with the disappearance of little Kofi, a boy with an adventurous spirit. One day, he ventured too close to the evil Iroko and was never seen again. Panic spread through Otutun as more children vanished in the same mysterious way. Desperate parents kept their children indoors, but the allure of the forest was too strong for some, and the tree continued to claim its victims. The village elders, wise and ancient, convened to discuss how to stop the tree's malevolent influence. They consulted ancient texts, performed rituals, and even tried to cut the tree down, but to no avail. The evil Iroko seemed invincible, its roots deeply embedded in dark magic. One day, a beautiful girl named Abeni arrived in Otutun. She was a wanderer, known for her enchanting voice and her ability to heal with her songs. Abeni had heard of the village's plight and felt compelled to help. The villagers welcomed her, hoping that her gift could be the key to saving their children. Abeni spent her days observing the tree from a safe distance, singing softly to herself as she tried to understand its power. She noticed that the tree would sway gently whenever she sang, as if responding to her music. This gave her an idea. She believed that the tree's dark magic could be countered with the purity of a song born of love and hope. One night, under the light of a full moon, Abeni gathered the villagers in the clearing near the evil Iroko. She stood before them, her heart pounding with determination. The villagers watched in silence, their faces etched with fear and anticipation. Abeni closed her eyes and began to sing. Her voice, clear and pure, floated through the night air like a gentle breeze. She sang of love, of the bond between parents and children, of the joy and innocence that had been stolen from the village. Her song was a plea, a cry for mercy, and a beacon of hope. As Abeni's voice rose, something miraculous began to happen. The evil Iroko, which had stood menacingly for so long, started to tremble. Its branches swayed violently, and a low, airy groan emanated from its trunk. The villagers gasped as they witnessed the tree's reaction to Abeni's song. Undeterred, Abeni continued to sing, pouring all her emotion into the melody. The tree's groans grew louder, its branches thrashing as if trying to break free from an unseen force. The ground beneath it shook, and the air was filled with the sound of cracking wood. With one final, heart-wrenching note, Abeni's song reached its climax. The evil Iroko let out a deafening roar and began to split down the middle. A bright, blinding light burst forth from its core, illuminating the entire forest. The villagers shielded their eyes, unable to comprehend the sight before them. When the light finally faded, the evil Iroko was no more. In its place stood a circle of healthy, vibrant trees, their leaves rustling gently in the breeze. The dark presence that had plagued Otutun was gone, banished by the power of Abeni's song. The villagers erupted in cheers, tears of joy streaming down their faces. They rushed to Abeni, lifting her onto their shoulders and praising her as their savior. For the first time in years, Otutun was filled with laughter and happiness. In the days that followed, the missing children began to return, emerging from the forest with no memory of where they had been. They were unharmed, their innocence and joy restored. The village celebrated their return with a grand feast, honoring Abeni and the miracle she had brought. Abeni, though overwhelmed by the gratitude of the villagers, remained humble. She knew that it was not just her voice, but the collective hope and love of the village that had defeated the evil Iroko. She decided to stay in Otutun, sharing her songs and helping the village heal from the years of fear and loss. Under Abeni's guidance, Otutun flourished. The villagers rebuilt their lives, planting new crops and raising their children in a renewed spirit of unity and hope. The forest, once feared, became a place of wonder and beauty, its paths safe for exploration and play. Abeni's song was passed down through generations, a reminder of the power of love and the triumph of light over darkness. The evil Iroko became a distant memory, its tale told only as a cautionary story to teach the importance of community and the strength found in standing together. And so, peace was restored in Otutun, thanks to the beautiful girl whose song had the power to bring light to the darkest of places. The end.